Standard 6th, Subject Maths, Chapter 16, Quadrilaterals, Practice Set 38. Let's learn to read and write the name of a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral can be named by starting at any vertex and going serially, either clockwise or anti-clockwise around the figure. When writing the name of a quadrilateral, a sign like this is put in place of the word quadrilateral. So here we have quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So let's read it in clockwise direction as the names are given here in clockwise direction. So if we start with vertex A, we can read it as quadrilateral A, D, C, B. If we start with vertex D, you can read it as quadrilateral D, C, B, A. If you start with vertex C, you can read it as quadrilateral C, B, A, D. This is clockwise. And if you read it from vertex B, you can read it as quadrilateral B, A, D, C. So reading, you read it as quadrilateral. While writing, you put this symbol, a rectangular shape, and write the name of the quadrilateral. So just as you can write the name of the quadrilateral in four different ways in clockwise direction, you can also write in another four ways in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, you can start with D, A, B, C, anti-clockwise. So this way, the name of a quadrilateral can be read out and written. Next, let's learn about adjacent sides of a quadrilateral. In this quadrilateral ABCD, the sides AB and AD of quadrilateral ABCD have a common vertex A. So sides AB and AD are adjacent sides. Whenever there is a common vertex in between them, it's a adjacent side. Name the pairs of the adjacent sides in the figure alongside. So we have four pairs. Let's name them. Side AB and side AD is the first pair. Now let's start with B. Side BA and side BC is the second pair of adjacent sides. We start with C. Side CB and side CD is the third pair of adjacent sides. And now we start with D. Side DA and side DC is the fourth pair of adjacent sides. So this way every quadrilateral has four pairs of adjacent sides. Adjacent sides of the quadrilateral have a common vertex. So if there is a common vertex like B, then we can say BA and BC are adjacent sides. Let's learn about opposite sides of a quadrilateral. In quadrilateral ABCD here, the sides AB, you can see AB, and side DC here, have no common vertex. So side AB and side DC are opposite sides of the quadrilateral. Name the pairs of the opposite sides of this quadrilateral. So the pairs of opposite sides are, you can write in your textbook. This activity is given on page number 82 of your textbook. So the opposite sides of this quadrilateral will be first pair side AB and side DC, and second pair side AD and side BC. So the property here is opposite sides of the quadrilateral do not have a common vertex, whereas adjacent sides have a common vertex. Now let's learn about adjacent angles of a quadrilateral. Take four straws or strips, all of different lengths. Join them to each other to make a quadrilateral. You can see quadrilateral DEFG here, DEFG. Draw its figure. We get the quadrilateral DEFG. The two angles, angle DEF and angle GFE, have a common arm EF. These angles are neighboring or adjacent angles. So just like adjacent sides has got a common vertex, adjacent angles have got a common arm. One full side will be common to both. So in angle DEF and angle GFE, you can see EF and EF common here. So these types of angles are called adjacent angles. So name the adjacent angles of the quadrilateral DEFG. Let's start first pair angle DEF and angle GFE, where EF is common. Same way, now we are going to take GF common. So let's name the angle EFG and angle GFE is the second pair. Now let's take DG common. So which will be the angles? Angle DGF and angle EDG are the third pair of adjacent angles. Now we will take DE common. So angle GDE and angle EDEF are the fourth pair of adjacent angles. So this way, when you take one side each common to two angles, then they become adjacent angles. So what is the property? The angles of a quadrilateral which have one common arm are called adjacent angles of the quadrilateral. Now let's learn about opposite angles of a quadrilateral. In quadrilateral DEFG, which we saw just now, the angles DEF and angle DGF. Let's see, angle DEF and DGF exactly opposite to each other. They do not have any common arm. So they are called opposite angles. Similarly, another pair is angle EDG and angle EFG, where they are opposite each other. So these two form pairs of opposite angles. So name the pairs of opposite angles in the figure. Angle opposite to angle EFG and angle opposite to angle FGD. So the angle opposite to angle EFG is angle EDG. And angle opposite to FGD will be angle FED. So you can do this activity in your textbook on page 83. The angles of a quadrilateral which do not have a common arm are called opposite angles of a quadrilateral. And last, now let's learn about diagonals of a quadrilateral. You know about the opposite angles. Angle A and angle C are opposite angles. When you join this AC, it becomes the diagonal. Similarly, B and D are opposite angles. When you join B to D, it becomes the another diagonal. So in quadrilateral ABCD, the line segments that join the vertices of opposite angles, angle A and C, as also of angle B and D, have been drawn. The segments AC and BD are the diagonals of the quadrilateral ABCD. The diagonal AC joins the vertices of the opposite angles, angle A and C. So what is the property? The line segments which join the vertices of opposite angles of a quadrilateral are the diagonals of the quadrilateral. So based on these properties, we are going to solve our practice set 38. Question number 1. Draw quadrilateral. Ignore this sign here. It should be a quadrilateral sign. So draw quadrilateral sign. Draw quadrilateral X, Y, Z, W and answer the following. So pairs of opposite angles, sides, adjacent angles, sides, and some questions are asked. Let's start answering them. First, the pairs of opposite angles. So we draw quadrilateral which is asked in the question. We are told to draw quadrilateral X, Y, Z, W. So accordingly, we have drawn quadrilateral X, Y, Z, W. And then we have also drawn the diagonals. So first question is the pairs of opposite angles. So let's write angle XYZ and angle XWZ. So angle X and angle Z. You can name single letters also. So angle Z and angle X and angle Z is first pair of opposite angles. Which is the second one? Yes, angle Y and angle W. So these are the pairs of opposite angles. Second, the pairs of opposite sides. So let's write the pairs of opposite sides. Here we have seg XY and seg ZW. XY is here and ZW is here, opposite sides. Similarly, seg XW and seg YZ is another pair of opposite sides. Third question, the pairs of adjacent sides. So let's name seg XY and seg YZ is pair of adjacent side. Then seg YZ and seg WZ is a pair of adjacent side where Z is common vertex. Then seg WZ and seg XW where W is the common vertex. So they are adjacent sides. And last, seg XW and seg XY, where X is the common vertex. So this way we have written the names of pairs of adjacent sides of the given quadrilateral. Fourth question, we have to write the pairs of adjacent angles. So let's write the pairs of adjacent angles. Angle X and angle Y is first pair. Angle Y and angle Z. Third, angle Z and angle W. And fourth, angle X and angle W are the four pairs of adjacent angles. Now we have to write the diagonals of this quadrilateral. So we can write diagonal XZ and diagonal YW are the two diagonals of the quadrilateral. And last, we have to write the name of the quadrilateral in different ways. So there are 8 possible ways. We'll write a few. So let's write our answer. Quadrilateral, we start with Y. Quadrilateral Y, Z, W, X. Second, quadrilateral Z, W, X, Y. Third, quadrilateral X, Y, Z, W. Third, quadrilateral X, W, Z, Y. Quadrilateral W, Z, Y, X. Quadrilateral W, X, Y, Z. So you can take with a particular vertex, write in clockwise or anti-clockwise and show as many names as you want. So 6 names of a quadrilateral are mentioned here, etc. So this way we have completed question number 1. Question 2. In the table below, write the number of sides the polygon has. Now the names of the polygons has been given in the top. You have to write below it the number of sides. So a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral has got 4 sides. Octagon 8. Pentagon 5. Heptagon has got 7 and hexagon 8. So let's write the answer. A quadrilateral has 4 sides. Octagon has got 8 sides. Pentagon 5 sides. Heptagon 7 sides. And hexagon 6 sides. Question number 3. Look for examples of polygons in your surroundings. Draw them. So let's write a few examples which we see in our surrounding. First one, in a football, we see the pattern of the football is pentagonal in shape. So you can draw a football and show the pentagonal shape. Second, tablet box is heptagonal in shape. You will see there are 7 sides of a heptagon. So you can show tablet box for heptagonal shape. C, we have stop sign of traffic signal in an octagonal in shape. It is octagonal in shape, that is 8 sides. So you can draw this figure in your book. And one more, we can say floor tiles are square in shape. So you can show square tiles. So you can show this 4 as your answer or of any of your choice. Any shapes, you have to say which shape it is and how many sides. Okay. Question number 4. We see polygons when we join the tips of the petals of various flowers. Draw these polygons and write down the number of sides of each polygon. So let's have a look at a few flowers. Let's draw any 3 flowers. So first one, we can see this flower with 4 petals. So write number of sides is equal to 4. When you join these petals, you can get 4 sides. That is when we join the tips of these petals. Second figure, you can see when the tips are joined, you get 6 sides. So number of sides is equal to 6. And the third flower, you can see 14 petals altogether. When you draw the tips of the 14 petals, you will get 14 sides. So number of sides is equal to 14. So it's up totally upon you which flower you draw. Accordingly, count the number of petals, draw the tips properly and join them with segments and accordingly write how many sides. Question number 5, the last question. Draw any polygon and divide it into triangular parts as shown here. Thus work out the sum of the measures of the angles of the polygon. Now we know already that the polygon, when divided like this in triangles, the sum of all the triangles will be the measure of the angles, total measure of the polygon. So sum of the measures of the angles of the polygon, if we have to find out, we should know the measure of each triangle. We know that the measure of any triangle, the sum of the angles of any triangle is 180 degree. That means if we add 180 degree 4 times, we will get the sum of the measure of the angles of this polygon. So let's have a look at the solution. Let's name each triangle as 1, 2, 3 and 4 separately and give them alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F. Hexagon ABCDEF, we can see it's a hexagon, can be divided in 4 triangles, namely triangle BAF, triangle BFE, triangle BED, triangle BCD. The sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, the sum of the measures of angles of the polygon ABCDEF is equal to sum of the measures of all the 4 triangles. So is equal to 180 degree plus 180 degree plus 180 degree plus 180 degree is equal to 720 degree. Therefore, we can say that the sum of the measures of the angles of the given polygon hexagon is 720 degree. 720 degree. So this way, any closed figure, if we can divide it into triangular shapes, then we have to add that many number of triangles with 180, substituting the value as 180. And when you add, you will get the measure of that polygon. So this way we have completed our practice set number 38 and also our chapter number 16, quadrilaterals. Do practice the sums well in your book. Stay safe, keep learning, and thank you.